I have found 5 details in this Mass Effect poster that all hint at the Normandy crew's return, besides for the fact that this Geth eye looks like the original crew from every single angle. Sorry, Vermeer Survivor, I just can't see your face in this picture. I guess this means you're not in the next game. Don't worry, the 5 details that I have for you guys are a lot more legit than my messed up drawings in the Geth eye-shaped crater. Hey guys, I'm Atharia and welcome to Paragon 7. Make sure you have your emergency induction port drink in hand for this one. First, I want to start with a disclaimer. This poster is unlike any of the other hints that Bioware has released so far. General Manager of Bioware, Gary McKay, has confirmed that there are 5 surprising hints in this poster. And just by looking at it, I can notice one very obvious one. The gigantic Geth-shaped crater. Now I say this is unlike any of the hints that we've seen because I doubt that there is a literal Geth-shaped crater on any planet that we know of. Could be wrong, wouldn't be the first time or the last, but I doubt it. So I'm going to assume anything we glean from this poster is more of a metaphorical rather than literal nature. Alright, let's dive into the hints for the poster. The first hint that signals a return of the Normandy crew is the ship near the bottom of the poster. Looking at it zoomed in, you can see it obviously isn't the Normandy, but there is an interesting designation on the side of it, SFX. The designation for the Normandy SR-1 and 2 stood for Stealth Reconnaissance 1 and 2. So, while the designation most likely does stand for something we don't know yet, there is a connection to the origins of Bioware that is very intriguing. The initials SFX stands for Science Fiction X, the original name that Bioware was contemplating for the franchise. Bioware leaning into nostalgia for this ship name tells me that they might feel that way for other aspects of the new game, like including members of the original Normandy crew as squad mates perhaps? And if this is indeed the main ship, someone's gotta fly it. Anyway, moving on to hint number 2 for increasing the odds of the Normandy crew returning, the Geth and Quarian bodies that are scattered across the crater. The most obvious Geth body over here seems to be a Geth Prime based on its size. The Geth and Quarian War was one of the overarching arcs that stretched across all 3 of the original trilogy games, and it was one of the best arcs in the entire series in my opinion. So, with the war being resolved, why would there be scattered bodies across this poster for the next game? Most likely, the Quarians and Geth are going to play a role in the next title. And who on the SR-1 Normandy crew was heavily involved in the Geth and Quarian War? The emergency induction port queen herself, Tali'Zorah Vas Normandy. Emergency induction ports are just superior. If this crew is indeed trying to metaphorically gain insight into the Quarian and Geth War, then who else would they turn to than one of the admirals of the Quarian fleet, Tali? Also, there's something really messed up about this crater besides for the bodies, but we'll dive into that later. The next 3 hints all involve the crew of the SFX that we see here. Hint number 3. I'm pretty sure this is Liara in the front. They appear to be wearing white and has a blue head. And who do we know that wears white and has a blue head? The Shadow Broker fits that description pretty well, even though she would probably mind flay anyone that reduced her to a white outfit, blue-headed character. We already know from the teaser trailer that Liara has a high likelihood of returning, so this figure being Liara is likely as well. So, we have Liara and potentially Tali, but let's look at the other 2 hints first to see who else is ready to join the party. Hint number 4 for the Normandy crew's return? This Krogan over on the left. I don't know about you, but I don't know many red Krogan. In fact, I only know of one. That's right, everybody's favorite species-saving Krogan, Rex. If any of you guys know of other red Krogan, please feel free to comment down below. So, we have Liara, maybe Tali, and now there's a very Rex-colored Krogan. Can we round out the full original Normandy crew with what we see in the poster? 2 figures left. Let's see. This person over here seems to be fairly vertical in their posture. The coloring of this figure, based on the color picker, is primarily gray and blue. No way. Who do we know that is primarily gray and blue and has excellent posture? Hint number 5. The hottest Turian you know. The Turian you wish existed IRL. The most badass Turian in all the series. Garrus, Archangel Vicarian himself. And as you all know, if they are indeed searching for Shepard, there's no Shepard without Vicarian. So, we got the whole crew back together, minus the Vermeer Survivor. Unless... Probably unlikely. This could potentially be the player character wearing a helmet. Maybe even Shepard? Based on the coloring, the helmet seems to be bluer, and their spacesuit is white. Now I know this doesn't make much sense right now, but the only person that matches that description? Pathfinder Ryder. How could Pathfinder Ryder even be here? I'll get into that a bit later. But we still haven't tackled the most definitive hint that the poster gives us, and the hint that would increase the odds of other Normandy members joining the party as well, not just the original crew members. The Geth Crater. This is bonus hint number 6. Looking at the poster for the first time, it seems as though it's the most obvious hint we're supposed to see. And if the Geth are going to be playing a role in the next game, I think that this crew is searching for something that maybe only the Geth know about. And I think it might have something to do with the middle of this bluish colored crater. Besides for the various faces that you can see from every single angle. I'll tackle why the SFX crew is even here and the middle of the crater itself in a separate video. But first we have to talk about this crater structure, because there is something seriously messed up about it. Here, let me show you. Did you notice which part of the Geth doesn't match with this crater at all? The tiny little flashlight is in the complete wrong place. And if I'm not wrong, all the Geth that have these flashlights always have it at the top, not the bottom. Well, looks like Bioware messed that one up. Or did they? This is not the first hint that Bioware has released. That makes no sense. And when I say no sense, I mean literally no sense at all. The N7 armor in the teaser trailer, Mordred and Thane being teased in the N7 Day 2020 picture, Ryder potentially being back in the Milky Way, and now this? Bioware keeps intentionally teasing hints that do not make any sense with what we know and love about the Mass Effect universe. So, what does this mean? Well, I assume what I've been saying in all of my past videos. The Mass Effect universe is going to expand into a multiverse. And maybe Geth in an alternate universe have those tiny flashlights on the bottom, not the top. In my trailer breakdown, one of the voices mentioned anomalies in space. Ryder could be here because one of those anomalies could have appeared in the Andromeda galaxy, and Ryder decided to go through it. I do have a more likely theory for why Ryder is here, but I'll leave that for a separate video. So, until someone can fully explain why Liara is picking up a piece of an N7 helmet, probably on Alkera, why they're teasing Thane and Morden's return, and why they purposefully messed up the placement of those flashlights in the Geth poster, I'm not budging from the multiverse theory. It's not carelessness on Bioware's part. I think they're trying to nudge us in the right direction. So, could Joker, Liara, Tali, Garrus, and Rex all be in the next game? Maybe. I sure hope so. Even if I am grasping at emergency induction ports to make it so. Maybe the N7 Day hints they dropped in 2022 will finally kill the multiverse theory. We'll have to wait for my next video to find out. If you enjoyed my analysis, I know you'll enjoy my N7 Day 2020 picture analysis, so go check that one out next. Until then, I'm Atharia, and this is my favorite franchise on the Citadel.
Logging you out, Shepard.
Emergency induction port. This is an emergency. The emergency induction port fell. The N7 armor on Alkera in the teaser trailer, Mordred and Thane being tased. Mordred and Thane being tased. The N7 armor on Alkera in the teaser trailer, Thane and Morden being tased. Why are they being tased? Why? Ryder could potentially be here because they went through one of those anomalies in the Andromeda galaxy.